Let's see here. Testing. Testing. Let's see how. Just making sure everything works, folks. Sorry about the echo there, because I was changing about the audio on my phone here. Let's see. Let me try. Oh, I don't know. Let's try the God of War HD thing. I don't know. That was awesome. Anyway, just trying that out. Just trying to see how the audio is compared to the I mean, I guess y'all can let me know if it's if the audio's too loud, if I'm too loud, whatever. But yeah, today I'll be playing some Frogger. That's what this game is. I wonder if I should have titled it that. Whatever. Maybe I can do that through here. Let's see here. See if I can do this. Edit stream info. Okay, here we go. Gonna rename it here. There we go. This is very, very new to me, folks, so forgive me if I'm dragging this out or whatever I'm doing. See if I can find. Okay, I can't find the. Whatever, I'll just put the original one here. It's not going to be the one, but you know. Probably should have been a little more prepared for this, but again, I'm new at this. I'm doing this on PC at least, so we'll see what happens. All right. And there we go. All right, back to doing it on here. And I'm checking a message real quick. All right. Okay. All right. Now here we go. Let's see how this does. See how it goes. All right. Just a moment, folks. Now I'll get to test this out. Well, actually, not yet. Hold on. Enjoy the opening. Hello. Hey. Not yet. Yeah. What's that? Well, it's amazing, folks. I don't know how to mute the audio here. Hold on, let me try it again. Does it work? Is it muted? Ah, shoot, I did the wrong one. That's right. Well, let me try this. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I was on a phone conversation and I was interrupted and all that stuff, and then my dog just decided to start barking. So everything went swimmingly there for a moment. Let's see here. So, well, at least now I know what to do. So for those of you here on Twitch and those of you who may hear this in the future or hear this sometime on YouTube, yeah, that was me not knowing what to do at this time. Anyway, sorry about the echo there. I have my phone there. So yeah, that was all great and wonderful, and I'm going to turn. Let's see. Let's see here. You know, I'm gonna turn up the music too. I like the music. Save data. And I'm sorry to the person who was here, who was watching, that they just heard an extremely loud dog barking. So yeah, that was real good. But anyway, yeah, the problem is I usually put him in my room if there's like a guest over, because he'll just keep barking, and as you can tell. So when I closed the door, he thought someone was gonna come in. You know. Anyway, let's finally get started with the game. About almost 9 minutes in. Anyway. Let me do something real quick, like. That was pretty cringy the way I said that. Oh. There we go. I need some sound for myself other than just coming from my phone, and I forgot I had it muted here, because if I didn't mute the desktop audio, it would echo. If you see my my test stream from the other day. Anyway, now let's get started. I mean, I can basically hear it by heart, so. So basically, this game is like, well, if you see my YouTube reviews, I've had like 3 of just this specific game. Shoot, I don't know why he's not picking up the flies right now. Anyway, if things get a bit too hard and I'm trying to progress in the game, I will be using cheats for infinite lives. Just so you all know. This game can get pretty hard. I mean, obviously this level's not too hard, but it's, you know, it does get hard. And I have beaten it without using those cheats, without even knowing those cheats existed. All right. Let's see here. You know, like how you croak and they just hear them. Let's move on to level 2. Tongue. Well, you know what else there is? There's also super hot. I doubt we got the alligators. You don't always have to get the blue one first. I just happened to do that twice now. Yeah, for some reason, the second level of like the retro level zones is like retro zone, whatever it's called. For some reason, the second one has like randomly shorter amount of time, and I think it's only the second one. Oh, dang it! Yeah. Let's see, now we gotta get the green one at the top here. I mean, like, I've done, like, at least 2 I think, like, 2 Let's Plays of this game. At least. I think. And I've done 3 different reviews of this game, just this version alone. Technically, I've done 4 if you count the Game Boy version. Even though that one is literally just regular Frogger, but, you know, different graphics and stuff. And it's on Game Boy. Let's see here. But I can get my words right here. There we go. I got the blue one the second time. But anyway. Okay. Always have to kind of think, strategize before I get a frog. Yeah. So this was my first exposure to Frogger, and also one of my very first PS1 games. And you can randomly do this if you want to. I don't know why you would in this level at least, but yeah, you can do that. You can do this. Rotate it all around. Boing. Oh, cool. Thank you, Frogger. Not at all what I was aiming. You can die in pretty brutal ways, or Frogger can die in pretty brutal ways. This is a pretty violent E-rated game. Not the most violent, because I've played Mega Man X4 and that one has blood in it. But anyway. But you can die in pretty brutal ways. Again, there's like not really any blood in this game. It's just dismemberment. You could almost say like you can almost see it as like he's like a toy or something being broken. But ah shoot. Let's see. Now I lost track of what I was talking about earlier. That happens a lot. Oh boy. Can I get here? Yeah. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say earlier, now I remember. What I was gonna say earlier was, Frogger, the 3D Froggers kind of have this, I mean, it somewhat happens in the 2D Froggers as well, but it's a little more obvious there. Or it's a little more obvious of, like, where you can hop to and stuff. That's cool. It's about time. I didn't really have a lot of time to react to that. Good. And there we go. So, one problem Frogger has is, like, because it has, like, the grid-based thing, like, it has a grid-based thing, so obviously Frogger hops in, like, different, or, like, he hops on a grid. The problem is, not everything goes on the grid, or, like, not everything moves like Frogger on the grid, so... Oh, shoot. Oh, boy. Get it. There we go. That's all I'm really caring about. I'm not going to try to get everything. Although I do have an extra life, I could have attempted to, whatever. I'm not an expert at this game. I just love it. I'm maybe an expert compared to some people, but, I mean, I'm sure there's someone out there that's just, like, able to beat this in, like, 2 minutes, and... No, obviously that's not realistic, but you know what I mean. Probably some speedrunners that, like, know every little pixel perfect way to beat this game. But all I'm after is the gold frogs. Because that's basically the progress in the levels. Well, let me go ahead and beat that first, or that last retro level thing. So the way this works is you, so like since I got that gold frog, this bat level's unlocked, and then if I get another one, I'll get that cloud level, and so on. For those of you who don't know what this is like. But yeah, the problem is, like, not everything, like these cars right here, they're not moving on, they're moving on the grid thing, but they're not moving like Frogger does, so the movement can get a little wonky, I guess you could say. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know the right words how to put it, but like it can be a problem because like when you're about to hop, you don't know what's gonna count as where you're hopping to. I don't know if that's why Frogger hasn't been as popular with a lot of people. Like really only the arcade game gets recognized by people, and then like most people, and then there's some that, and then like there's not a whole lot of people that will talk about these games, and you know, like that's partially why I was so glad to see I was so glad to see that Nitro Rad was bringing recognition to these games. Recognition, however you say it. Because like he had reviewed like a lot of them. He hasn't reviewed them all, but he's reviewed a lot of these games. And I was glad to see that because, you know, even though he's not a huge YouTuber at this point in time, he's big enough to where, like, you know, it'll get people's attention, I guess you could say. He didn't have the best things to say about it. I still love this game, but I will say that is a big part of it is nostalgia. I will say that I played it as a kid. I learned a lot of the mechanics and stuff, but I will tell you right now, no, I don't think it's a perfect game. If I lose this time, I'm just not gonna do it. I just wanted to show you all what it was like to beat all, like, at the end to beat all the levels. Nothing too special, just the only thing that really changes is the music whenever it shows, like, the results screen or whatever. Good. There we go. Like this right here. But yeah, that's basically all the changes to it. So what's interesting here is that, like, so you can choose what levels to go to, but if you're on a single thing, then you can choose the next level, whatever you want to go to, but you can't like end it, I guess you could say, unless you're in the levels. Like I can't go back here for some reason. So I think that's just stay consistent with your scores and stuff. It's kind of weird. Just a moment. Sorry about that. What the? Okay. So for some reason, it just kind of like I was trying to do something and just kind of closed on me. Twitch. Anyway. Okay, every time I re-enter the app, it'll like shrink the video. So I don't know. I mean, if you don't use this stuff on your phones, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. Or if you don't even use YouTube on your phones, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm not going to get into it now. I'll just let you sit there and imagine what it's like. So, see, this is where rotating the camera works a little better. Like in the retro stage, you can do it, but it's recommended that you just keep it, you know. See, I was afraid to jump there because I wasn't sure how he was going to hop. Now, this game has some issues. I'll go ahead and say that right now. This game does have some issues that I know. For one thing, I never really noticed it until it was actually pointed out in like some reviews I've seen and some like more recent stuff. It's the problem is the camera can be a little too close to Frogger, as you can tell. Like you can hardly see anything else. And yeah, so it's really close. And there I go, getting the blue frog again. Anyway, but I was but you notice how close the camera is to Frogger. Obviously, like I said, I grew up with it. I didn't really think too much about it. I just played a game I enjoyed playing. I just thought it was extremely difficult, which it can be difficult in a fair way, and then there's times where it's unfairly difficult. Anyway, but yeah, I never really pay attention until like it was pointed out to me just how close the camera gets to Frogger. Oh yeah, auto hop. Auto hop. I don't know why I did that. That was very cringy. If you're not British and you don't know how to do it well, then you... I should stop. Anyway. I'll tell you this. Like, well, cool. And see, again, it doesn't always register where you're going to jump, so how it counts you jumping, so, you know. That's a problem with a lot of Frogger games. Anyway. So, yeah, of course I jump right between the turtles. So anyway, so yeah, like, now I forgot what I was talking about. I get so distracted. I love having ADD. Wait, let's see. Anyway, see if I have the time. I'm gonna go over here. See, like, there's some places where you can go out of your way to get some lives and different flies and stuff, but, like, you know, you don't always have a lot of time, so you have to watch your time there. That's why I'm glad in, like, the Frogger 2 on PS, like, Frogger 2 Swampy's Revenge, that they decided to, have, they decided to have infinite time, and they save the time stuff for time attack. So I was glad to see that. Anyway, now we're done with that level. we move on to a level, Bow Wow Falls, which has it's just straight up Hey Arnold music. Let's see. Well, okay. Oh yeah, talking about the problems with this game. So one issue I have is well, first of all, this is a terrible part right here. These dogs are actually pretty unpredictable of when they're actually going to move. Like, there's no no pun intended, tail that says yes, they're about to move out of their doghouse. And there's no tail that says, like, yes, they're about to stop randomly, so you better watch that, too. I'm not going to get that frog just yet. But one other problem is that, like, Frogger will... It seems like he'll randomly stop. If I start running out of time, I better go get that blue. Yeah, I better go get that blue frog. I probably had time to get the red one because the balloon was coming. There's a red frog whenever you go on the balloon there, by the way. Anyway, I like how whenever you hop fast enough, and consistently, he'll randomly do like a flip hop, and it's adorable. Anyway, yeah, one problem is that Frogger will seem to like randomly stop. Like, it won't register you, like, pressing the button. I don't know if it's, like, loading in the inputs and stuff. Like, you don't just, like, randomly move. It's not, like, delayed or anything. It's just he won't move in certain parts of the game. Certain parts of certain levels. At first, like, you have to kind of wait, like, a split second for him to, you know, to move again. Yeah, like that. Like, how am I supposed to know whenever they're gonna do that? But anyway, I've got, yeah. I mean, dogs are mostly are unpredictable for the most part. I mean, obviously, if you train them to do certain things. So anyway, oh no, how am I going to do? There we go. So like the easiest, I want to say the easiest frog to get in this level is the orange frog, and I'm not going to get them just yet. I try to generally get the harder frogs first out of the way, if I can. Although, again, if I start running out of time, you know. Frogger's one of those games where you have to be patient, but also quick at the same time. And by the way, yes, Frogger does get dismembered if the lawnmower runs over him. It's a pretty fun little children's game right here. Boing. Oh, cool. Anyway, I tell you this. Don Rickles. And there we go. Now to get the easiest frog in this level. Don't you love those camera angles? Mower Mania. I remember my mom hated this level because Frogger got cut up and stuff. I mean, not that I like seeing frogs die. I mean, I didn't as a kid and stuff too, but you know, it's a video game. Also, I like doing this. It's just I'm 1000% sure that this wasn't meant to be here, or if it was meant to be there originally, they cut it out, but not that part. Yeah. But this level is pretty difficult. I mean, mostly for first-timers. But I'm not saying it's entirely easy if you're not a first-timer. I think, unlike the PC version of this game, I used to play the PC version at school, like it wasn't mine, so I guess someone brought it? Anyway, I remember playing the PC version at school, like after school, like it was while, like, my mom worked at the elementary school. There we go. Yeah, see there? So my mom was working at the school, like in the library and stuff. So I was, I would play. Me and some other kids who would stay after would play some games that they had on PC, on the old PCs and stuff. So this was one of them. And I think one time, I don't remember. Okay, I don't remember for sure if it was at school. It could have been at my house because I did have this on PC years ago. I don't remember if it was at school or if it was like somewhere. One time I beat one level that I can never seem to beat again because it's entirely way too hard. Entirely way too, you know. It's like the last desert level, which is like the... Why did I do that? It was like the last desert level in this game, which is like the last next to the last level, basically. Yeah, there's like multiple paths you can take in this game. There's recommended paths, and then there's you know. See, this game has very low detail in its graphics. This could have probably ran on a Sega Saturn or something. Just about. But it is a very colorful game, so... Like this right here, I'm pressing the D-pad more than what the input is showing. So I'll stop there. I've had trouble with that before, when it comes to this level. So as you can imagine, when I was a kid, it was kind of hard for me to like actually learn how to. Are you gonna come or what? I could have limped, but I didn't know for sure if I was gonna survive that. Well, obviously I didn't that time. Anyway, I'll just go this way again. That way it's just a little faster if you can get the inputs right. Let's see. But yeah, there's very low detail here. This is just polygons the game, but because of how colorful it is, I feel like that just, it's fine. Oh boy. And there we go. Spanning lilies. This is where the gold frog is, so if I die here, I'm not going to worry about, going back. Just a moment, folks. I will return. If you heard my thing there, I was getting a video working there. Let's see. Alright. Now I'm back. Just testing out a video there on YouTube. Let's see. Oh yeah, I gotta wait on a bird here. I should have went for the... So, if you hear the frogs at all, they're like the regular frogs. They have a higher pitch. It's like a higher pitched version of like Froggers. Well, not quite, but it's a higher pitched croak basically. And so whenever you rivet on here, whenever you use the rivet button, Frogger will croak, and the frog will croak in response if they're close. So yeah, this one's so it's like this is basically like a harder version of the first level of this area. Oh boy, that was good timing there. Anyway, there's the gold frog, and again, if I don't get it, then that's fine because I got what the main goal is. Because okay, so completing all the levels is mainly just for completionist's sake, not really much of a reward. But the bigger reward is whenever you rescue all the gold frogs, and then beat the last level. I mean, like, you get, like, credits and stuff, of course, whenever you beat the last level, but you don't get, like... Oh yeah, the thing also makes it harder here, because, of course, we had to have lawnmowers. And I would do a funny and slide off these rocks, but that Frogger will die, so, you know, I don't want to waste too much time here. But it's generally this level is generally in the same way that, you know, Frogger or the first lily pad type level was like, but whatever you call this. Okay, sure. Don't respond to my inputs there. That's fine. That's fine and dandy. I'm gonna be dying. I'm not sure why I'm riding this bird here. Oh, don't get that. So the red flies like that, I think, take away your time. Although I am curious to see what happens if I ride this one bird long enough. Okay. Sometimes you can jump on their beaks. Sometimes you can't. I don't get why it's like that, but then again, this game can be kind of a mess. One thing I noticed is that, whenever Nitro Rad was reviewing this game, he was just calling it Frogger on PS1. I've kind of adopted doing that because I know the difference, but like the reason that a lot of people call it Frogger He's Back is partially because there's a thing on the case that says he's back. Which Hasbro, the ones who like developed it, I think it was the ones who developed this game. I mean, it's obviously Konami, but Hasbro developed this one, or whoever it was. So they developed this game, and what happened was that like they on like. Because they also developed like I think they also developed like the Tetris, Next Tetris or whatever, or Qbert and all that stuff, and they'd say like it's back or he's back and blah blah blah, and I think like, oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, why did I do that? Anyway, so you know, I completely forgot to share this on my Twitter. So basically, Nitro Rad was trying to. He was just trying to call it by the name it actually is. Well, the reason we call it Frogger He's Back is because we are trying to differentiate it from the original Frogger, like the name of the original Frogger, because this game really is just called Frogger. Some people call it Frogger 3D, but now they can't do that because there's a 3DS game called Frogger 3D, so that doesn't work out too well. So fans of this game call it Frogger He's Back. You could also say Frogger PS1, but it's not just on PS1. But whatever. This is gonna be great. Let me try another path here. I think I know of another path that could work. It sometimes works for me. Not that, but you know. Not doing that. Oh, and if you're wondering like what's back here and stuff, that's nothing really. Just flowers. In a tree. We try to call it Frogger He's Back to differentiate it from the first game. Because again, they call this, they just called this Frogger, so we wanted to be able to tell the difference whenever we're talking about it. And Nitro Rad's just like, some people refer to it as Frogger He's Back, but all this stuff and blah, blah, I don't think he got the memo that we're trying to make it sound different from the original. There we go. I worked it out. Although I don't have all the time in the world, so let me go ahead and grab that life. as I waste it away playing this game. No. But we got it. So we'll just see if we survive Bow Wow Revenge. I don't know why they're getting revenge. They really want to attack me. Is it because I got away? Again, this is a harder version of the second level. As you can tell, but there's like an extra path here. With some extra bonuses. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be a lot harder than the compared to the second level. You know. Okay. Hurry, balloon! Hurry, balloon! Hurry! Balloon. There's a balloon. Hey. Okay. I like dogs, just not those dogs. Anyway. I know you could say like, hey, just go ahead and get that frog while you're there, but like I like to get this part over with, so like I said, I like to get the harder ones over with. I notice the flies have like pill looks to them. Oh my gosh, of course it spreads that far. Just decided to do it that way. Cool. Alright, well, fine, I'll just go for some other frogs first. Why not? I was trying to hit the X button and it didn't hop, super hot. Super hot. Super hot. Super hot. That game's super hot. I'll tell you, this game is downright sexy, though. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for being too late. Well, I'm gonna be dying here soon. I'm not gonna do like with the retro level. I'm not gonna try to complete this one, come back and complete this one. I'm just gonna reach the main goal. Let's see here. Well, at least they got me high score here. Not the highest score. I have actually reached the top of this before. I have beaten... see, I'm right there. But I actually have beaten Tim before. I've beaten Tim's time. Alright, well, we're done with that one, so now let's go here. We've reached the main goal there, so now I'm going to go here. But yeah, the rest of the level's mainly just for points and completionist sake, and not necessarily for the reward or anything. As far as I can remember, I don't think you get anything for completing all the levels other than like a high score, so. This is kind of an interesting level as, well, the next level isn't, other than being in like fall and having a bunch of leaves and stuff, there's not really a connection with the second level, and then also there's only 2 levels in this world of levels. Yeah. The bees do sting, and the new definition of BS is now bee stings. By the way, I haven't mentioned this yet in the stream. I love the music in this game. It's really great. It's a it's very 90s music, but it also has like some jazzy music, and it's just really good. Now this level I may end up beating, but again, if I don't, I just want to reach the gold frog. That's all I'm here for. Now we randomly have killer birds. Yep, input didn't register there. The whenever I was trying to hop over, and then instead it just kind of, you know. I don't know, it just looks funny. Hey, conkers. I'll get that one soon. Possibly. Like, listen to how 90s this is. Also, I'm not certain who voices Frogger, or who does the Rivet. Obviously, they're not using a real frog for Frogger's Rivet. But I want to meet them, and I want to shake their hands. Maybe hug them? I guess I could look it up in the credits somewhere. Sometimes it's hard to find a lot of information about Frogger because not enough people seem to be as interested, and so they just... So you just don't really get a whole lot of facts about Frogger. Boing. I'll get the gold frog here soon. And while I know this won't most likely will not happen, I'd love to see a remaster, or, you know, quote-unquote remaster, more like a remake that just follows the same things as... but I'd love to see a quote-unquote remaster of this game for modern systems. I'd say it probably won't happen because this game, again, it didn't get the best reception. It did sell well, but like it didn't get the best reception from like critics. And I know people will like to focus on the critical reviews, even though like at the same time, it's funny. People will focus more on the critical reviews. Oh, well that works. Okay. I don't remember if I knew that. Okay, let me put it this way. I forgot you could do that. If I knew it before, I didn't remember now. I had forgotten. Well, I'm probably not going to make it up there in time, unless... Ah, shoot. One of them decided to start rolling around at the speed of sound, so... One of those little... whatever they were. Moles, lemmings, whatever. Hedgehogs, possibly. Maybe porcupines. I don't know. Again, I'd look it up, but I don't know for sure if anyone really has a... I don't know for sure if anyone really has information on it, because this game isn't big enough to get random bits of information. Now, there is a community, forgot the name of it, Highway something, I think, which I actually follow their Discord, where they have been modifying this game, or basically started out that way. They've been modifying the PC version of this game, finding some secrets, and they have a thing where you can actually edit your own levels. And I would love to see something like I'd love to see a Frogger editor. Frogger level creator. Again, I don't think that'll happen because it's not... Well, Konami's got all kinds of problems, but, you know... Konami's got all kinds of problems right now, so I don't think they're gonna do that. Do you like how hyper fast that one's doing that? Let's see. Now let's move on here. This level is where the gold frog is, actually, the beginning part, so you don't have to worry about doing the other two. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to do it, but I'm not gonna, you know, again, if I die before beating them all, I'll just not worry about it. So yeah, so these frogs sound like this. Yeah, they croak like. But then you go to the gold frogs and they sound like this. Yeah, it's like a much deeper version of what the other frogs are. That's one of the only things is that about this is that is that when you get the gold frog, it just kind of counts as you having the gold frog, but it doesn't like restart you back at the beginning. So you know, that's cool. Oh shoot, I got lost time. Oh, anyway. Get that there green frog. Wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? Am I already forgetting everything? Am I going mad? Let's see here. Lava's a little more detailed in this level, or in this, game, but like some things are more detailed. It's just that there's a lot of it that isn't. And there we go. But yeah, I enjoy this game. Save the red frog for last. Not really on purpose, I just kind of did it that way. And yeet. There we go. Oh, I can go down there and get that frog that way. No, I can't because there's fall damage. Which I guess that would make sense. The game would be too cheap if it didn't have fall damage. The way this game is structured. If this was like a platformer and you have fall damage after falling from like 2 feet, that's when I would be like, no. That's just 24 inches off the ground. Let me go ahead and get this frog. Something funny I can do. Some of you might have found that funny, but here's what I was going to talk about. Yeah, you can accidentally jump too far. It won't register the frog. This game is a mess, but I love it. Quick hop. Especially with a quick hop, you can accidentally do that. Okay. Here's what I like to do here. So yeah, you're usually supposed to activate that stuff, but I think like I don't know if they intended on you to be able to do that, but you know, it is what it is. I like, yeah, I like this game. Okay, you can't jump down that far, obviously, but yeah, if there's no fall damage, you could just land on a lot of these platforms down there and just get the frogs quicker. I'm sure in the PC version you can probably find the code and turn that off, but you know. Going here. All the other stuff is mainly just for like lives and all that jazz. And there we go. Now on the lava crush. I may end up finishing this game today. I don't know. We'll have to see. Fly? Okay, thank you. I guess I'll go ahead and get the blue one. Just like how the screen shakes every time it's what registers as like falling too far. Or so far, you know. I love doing that. Again, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it's fun. I'm taking the opposite route for some reason. I've decided to take the opposite route for some reason. I'm going to get the easier frogs first. Well, it's just about the opposite strategy, because these can be a little harder to get right here. There we go. The green frog is the easiest one of the... You can also hop up there. I used to do that a lot just for fun. You can hop on on top of that stuff that's like pulling that, you know. Okay, so what we do here is we go up here. All right. So we have to like activate all these switches and we have to activate all the switches and stuff, and you know. There was like a strategy I had as a kid. There we go. One. Okay, and then I would... Wait. No, I screwed that one up. That's on me. And then I'll go right here. And I would activate these. And by the way, yes, those things can kill you. I was a lot faster at this as a kid when I figured it out. And there we go. And we're done. Now onto the BAT levels. The first set of levels to be unlocked by the one of the gold frogs. I mean, it doesn't matter what order you get the gold frogs in; the levels will unlock. You know, like by the gold frog that you get. Anyway. Apologize if my stream happens to be interrupted by my rude internet connection. I call it rude because it doesn't always work the way it's supposed to. Doing pretty good with the live so far. You can only get 12 extra. It's either 12 lives altogether or 12 extra lives, which, you know, that's what I consider whenever a game says you have 0 lives left. I consider that 0. I consider that 0 extra lives. It just depends on the game how they do things. So that wasn't too bad of a level. This level is a little bit hard. I'll tell you that right now. Here we go. This is the only one where you can move Frogger in a way that's not on the grid. Which I know saying that sounds like it's a much deeper meaning than it actually is. Yeah, spotters and bats. Oh yeah, better not waste the lives there. And then randomly right there, Frogger had teeth. There are certain types of frogs that do have teeth. Let's see. And there we go. I made it look easier probably, but trust me, I was a little bit anxious when I did that. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, this is a party level. This is real party. I swear, as a kid, I most likely dreamed this, but I swear there was like a little area that we glitched into, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is cool. We weren't supposed to get here. We didn't talk like that, but you know. Just emphasizing the joke. Really, Sylvester? My cat and my dog are in here. But like, I think I was looking, probably what I was doing was looking down there where like, you can't really see the level, but you can see the flies if you look closely. And I'm pretty sure, and like as a kid, I was like, oh, it's like some secret area. I only got there once, but I died too quickly. No, it's just, I think it's just like this place, only you can't see all the detail. There we go. Oh yeah, and the one annoying thing, I mean, it's intentional, I would imagine. The more you die, the less light you have, or also the more you progress through the level in general. Basically, the more you go back to the start, the more the less light you have. And I am sure doing a good job at showing that example. I'll get you here soon. I just gotta get the second easiest frog. Now I'm going for the red frog, which I say shouldn't be too hard. But then again, you've seen how many times I've died around here, so it's a real crapshoot. You can turn around at certain points. But now we're going on to the level that actually has the frog, the gold frog. I swear, it's going to be really annoying to me if I end up... Wow, don't you love that? This has been a problem since, like, even on PS1 and PS2 and stuff. It would slow down a lot. So, that's not like a stream issue. That's not like a PS3 issue. That's just this game in general will slow down like that. So I need to find the gold frog. Oh, and there's random lava there. Don't fall in there. as you can well imagine. I will say this right now, though. More than likely, I'm not going to be beating all the desert levels either. So, I'm going to be happy to skip those. Again, I've only beaten the last desert level once in my lifetime on the PC version. I don't think I ever have on the... Maybe I have on the PS1 version. Maybe there's a time that I just forgot that I did, but... Whatever the case, I do remember at least beating it once. And it's a difficult game. Let's see... I'd say some of the slowdown is what causes the issues and stuff. Let's see. Yep, you see what I mean right here? Each time you get to the start, it gets darker and darker. Oop, down here. And there's some spiders here. There we go. Now on to the fronts. It'll be quite annoying to get there because we got to deal with the bats. Because of course there's bats. Every single game has, well, it seems like nearly every game. But hey, what's this? There we go. It brightens up almost the entire level, which is quite helpful. And we got the last baby frog here. Alright. Now for the cloud. Let's leave it in the cloud. These levels are quite hard. I may have to use cheats on these levels. But what I'm saying about the desert levels, that like the desert levels, is that getting all the even with cheats, getting all the baby frogs in that level is quite difficult. Oh, here's a I'm just gonna go and get this straight. Here's a fun fact. The story, quote unquote, for this game, because they threw in a story that you don't really see it anywhere in this game. You don't really see much of it, at least. The quote unquote story for this game is game over. The game over screen has killed Frogger enough, and Frogger has almost permanently killed Frogger, or seemingly did. So the baby frogs are all out here because they were trying to take his place. But obviously that didn't, they got stuck or something happened and Frogger's having to go rescue them. I'm not getting the purple frog just yet, and you'll see why. Because of this frog. So the green balloons go up, the red and yellow balloons go down. As demonstrated here. Yeah. And if you stay on them long enough, they will pop, and, you know, depending on where you're at, that can be a problem. A call. There we go. Yeah, see, sometimes you can jump on their beaks. Bills, whatever they are. If those are supposed to be pelicans, then they're... Well, they didn't do a good job. They didn't do much of a good job with their beaks, their bills. But this is a low poly game. I mean, look at this. It's probably supposed to be a seagull or something. You can kind of tell it's a seagull. Oop. I think of one of these levels, the one that's supposed to be like the harder version of this level. The one that's supposed to be the harder version of this level has, you know, time flies. You know why they call it this? It's because there's a lot of flies that give you extra time. I don't think that one did. Some of these flies are meant to fool you. It's like, haha, well, actually we took away your time, or we took away your... There we go. Yeah, you eat all the flies, and then you ride this. As a kid, I didn't know what to do. And by the way, time flies do reappear. So if you're worried about, like, losing time, or if you're worried about, like, you get all the time flies and you're like, oh no, I don't have any time flies left. No, trust me, if they didn't reappear, you couldn't beat this level. I think there are particular ones that don't appear. Well, the points flies I know don't reappear. Like that one won't reappear. But yeah, as a kid, I had no clue it was doing that. I would ride the birds, or they would go off too quickly, and then I would be like, oh shoot, I'm out of, you know. I'm pretty sure. Let's give it a try. Yeah, takes away 500 points. I mean, compared to my 200,000 points right now, that's not a huge problem. But you know, well, I couldn't grab that. It didn't register that that fly there, the one that the super tongue fly. Like, they didn't have to go this hard for the music, and they did it for us. Current memes that will age, haha. Heck, occasionally I will still use, like, what are considered older memes, so... You know. I mean, saying cringe has been around for a long time, and we're still using it right now. Not like a super long time, but it's, you know... Or it didn't get popular, wasn't popular at first to say. And then it did become popular, and now it's still kind of popular to say. I don't know why they have that one, like, partially underground. There could just be another problem with this game. And by the way, yes, if you touch those crows, they will kill you. Just concentrating. I know just about all this music by heart at this point. I don't think you can super hop while you're on these, or it wouldn't be recommended really. Oh, of course, I got that stupid fly again. Well, if you need your fix on pill flies, there you go. I'll get those real quick. Whew. Well, what I was saying earlier when I was talking about something being really annoying is if I end up beating all the, okay, that wasn't a tongue fly. I don't know what I was thinking. For some reason I was thinking it was a tongue fly, a super tongue. But it wasn't. But yeah, so... Never mind. Well, maybe it'll come back to me. Gotta love that ADD, and gotta love that the flies didn't get registered there, and I couldn't grab them in time. Now I'm just getting them in order by like how they are listed there at the bottom. I think this set of levels have like 4, I think it's like 4 levels in this set. This world, whatever. I'm not entirely sure what they consider these sets of levels. Awesome. Anyway. It's been a little while since I've streamed on here. Like, officially, like, played through a game streamed. I did explain in a video, it's on my YouTube now. I did explain in a video as to why I haven't streamed in a while. I did explain it, and when the more details on my YouTube, I would kind of go into details, but I was mostly just kind of vague, and I'll just say, well, there was a family emergency and all that stuff. But again, if you want to hear more about this, watch that update video. But yeah, it had been a while since I played through a game on Twitch, and it wasn't until last month, July, whenever I actually, you know, whenever I actually did a stream on here. Whew, screw this level. I do not like this level. But unfortunately, we do have to play. I do have to play through it because it's required to get the gold frog in the next level. As far as I know of, I mean, there could be cheats. Who knows? I don't know. I guess I'll go ahead and get some of these frogs so that way they'll be out of the way. In case I die a lot, it'll be like, well, at least I already got those frogs. Daffy. I remember there was if you remember that duck character that's on Tom and Jerry, I remember there was one random episode, like, because, you know, usually it's like the golden duck, whatever you call them, the yellow ducks. That's usually what that, like, the one that talks like this. I remember there was one random episode where it was like hunting, it was like duck hunting season. But it was like the green and the green-headed ducks, like these, and it, like that was the color of that duck in that episode. Or at least it could have been a different character, but it had like the same body type, or, you know, the same look, except it was the colors of same look, same voice, and everything, except it was these colors. It were these colors. Oh, cool. I think if as many points as I have now, I think I'm just gonna probably put in the infinite life cheat if I get down to my last life. In which case I'll have to pause it and look it up, because I don't remember it. Again, I didn't really discover them though until like many years later. I never thought to look them up. I just played the game as the game intended me to. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to get the purple frog if I can. I don't know if you can hear the echo of that really loud bird right there, but the really loud bird is loud on my TV. I could just play, again, I could have just played this on my, I could have like had this with the audio on my PC, but because it decided not to, because the PC decided to have a bunch of echoes, I don't think you all wanted to hear the echoes, so, you know, I just have the PC, have it on the PC muted, but it will save the sound. And, oh, there we go. As far as I know, I could end up being wrong, and then there could end up being a problem. Come on now. This is a problem. Is for some reason, for some odd reason, it won't register all the time. So that little sound right there is what happens if you run out of time. But it'll trigger and still continue even if you've died before the time runs out. Okay, come on now, register. Thank you. Ah, crap. Oh, thank you. Now, if you're on these birds long enough... There we go. We're good now. Air show antics. This is the only place in the game where... Or the only place in this set of levels that has different music. Now let's get that golden frog. Which is not here. By the way, now we have to deal with the possibility of being cut up by those airplanes. But the hitboxes are a little confusing, because see, like, I'm just bypassing them here. There we go. You just gotta be quick enough. Yeah, unless something interrupts me, I'm definitely going to be able to beat this today. Unless I just run into an extremely hard moment that I'm just not able to beat in time. But see, even though there's not a whole lot of detail on these, on anything in this game, you do at least know what, like, you know those are planes, you know those are also planes, you know those are helicopters, you know that the birds are birds. Obviously, the most amount of detail goes with the frogs, so, and you know for sure that they're frogs. So it's not like so little cool. It's not like so little detail that you just don't know what they are. You may not be able to tell like what type of bird or what type of frog or whatever some of these are, but you know that what animal or what machine, what creature they're supposed to be. We'll just see what happens here. I have a feeling I may end up using the cheats on the sewer levels, because those can be quite difficult. This is where all the flies are, but also there's a couple of birds that will chase you down. Yeah. Alright, so the red frog is, I think, on that thing right there. Sometimes I just kind of go on autopilot. No, that's not where the red frog is. It's definitely on this side. Well, as soon as I can get to that side. Let's see where this plane takes me. Is it gonna drop me off and kill me? Yep. Yep. Some of these do that. Sometimes the birds, like I said, will do that. I think the red frog is actually on that first cloud there. I don't know. Typically, I'll go on autopilot, not like these guys, or I guess I like these guys, and I'll just kind of play the game as I usually do, because I just memorize everything, and then I'm just like, okay, I'll just do this then. Here we go. Yep, this is where it's at. This is where the little fella or lady fella is. There we go. And after that really beautiful cloud level, our next one stop is obviously a sewer level. All that beauty and stuff, and then the next one starts out with like farts and noises like that and toilet sounds, and they're that was awesome. The gold frog is in the, oh yeah, it's in the third level of this set of levels. I hate the harder version of this level. I actually hate the third level, possibly even more. But I do actually enjoy the last level of this pack here. Because like those are pretty satisfying to jump on and like make it to your goal. Like that right there, it's so fun. Get all the time flies I can. Gotta watch out for slugs. For slugs. all the wet farts and stuff. I guess you could say this is if this game had crude humor in the description. It doesn't, but if it did, this would be where it came from. Or maybe they consider it mild lyrics. I don't know. Crude lyrics. That could be a new one. Even though it wouldn't really be lyrics, it would just be the music itself. But yeah, alongside Spyro and Crash and all those classic PS1 games, this was one of my classic PS1 games. You know, if I can ever get a hold of one of those PlayStation Classics, I may try to get one sometime for modding. Because I obviously didn't get one because I heard nothing but bad things about it. But also at the time, I didn't really have a clue on how to either mod or do anything, or I was afraid to dabble in the except for GBA. I was afraid to dabble in the whole emulation scene. But I learned how to do it. I learned it. I don't know. I learned how to mod my Wii. I've learned how to, you know, I've just learned how to do all that. I may end up playing a modded game on here sometime, but we'll see. As long as Twitch isn't like, oh my gosh, don't do that. Or if they actually enforce it, if they have a rule like that. I shall return, folks. I'll be right back. And we're back. Or I'm back. Sorry, I had to take care of a few things first. Alright. Just a moment here. Alright. Yeah, I just assume I'm too lazy to edit some of these videos sometimes, so I just assume, you know, fast forward through the paused moments I have on here. If you see these on YouTube or something. So if you're good enough, if you can time it just right, you can do this. You just gotta watch out for the slugs. And there we go. So anyway, yeah, watch out for all this oil, as we say, where, at least from where my dad's at, where my dad grew up in, I should say. Not where he lives currently, but you know. Let's see here. I know this music by heart. I'm gonna get a little extra points here, so I'm just gonna grab these flies. I'm not gonna worry about that one. I don't know why I didn't just go up there. Oh well, maybe it's because I didn't want to try to get the blue frog just yet. I like how this disc would sometimes, like, at least on the PS1, maybe also on the PS2. This level's fine. It's alright enough. I mean, it's somewhat difficult, but it's sort of fun. It's got a fun look to it. All this beautiful, probably poisonous, purple water here. Purple. Okay, let's go through here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this frog. It's somewhat hard to get sometimes. Probably won't ever see the Grumps play this game. I don't know, because I love doing that too, where it registers that time, but it still counts as you hopping. You do have to watch out for the drips, of course, as I didn't do there. Yeah, look at all that land. Yeah, apparently Aaron thinks that that Frogger's boring. I can kind of see what he means, but at the same time, he's wrong. Let's see. Okay. Okay, this is where the super hop can come into play with moving parts. And obviously in the sequel to this game, which it doesn't like follow the same story or anything, it's just a sequel because it's called Frogger 2, and this was the first one, so of the PS1 thing. There's like free. There's like 3 different. This is where the gold frog is, by the way. There's like 3 different Frogger 2s. This brings back the ice physics. Sort of. I do not like this level because again, it also represents the problem that that a lot of these Frogger games have. Okay, let's go ahead and get it. Oh, dang it! There it was. Probably gonna try to get the purple frog first because that's like one of the hardest frogs to get in this level. Awesome. I think it... Okay. I don't know. I guess I'll just decide... If I decide to use cheats, I decide to use cheats, but... I think one thing I may do is just use cheats whenever I feel like it, you know... Like if I'm trying to get the gold frog and all that stuff, and I just want to scream. See, I hate those things. I hate them. Maybe I'll use the cheats up until I get the gold frog, and then I'll deactivate them. If it comes to that point, if it gets to that point, it'll most likely happen. If it doesn't happen here, it'll most likely happen in the desert level, unless by some miracle I'm actually able to get through it pretty nicely. So if I get down to my last life, I'm going to use the cheats until at least I get the gold frog. Let's see. I'm not even sure where this is supposed to take place. These are the sewer levels. I guess this is supposed to be under like a somewhere like near the sewers. Well, I guess so. I mean, look at that. I think that if let's see here, something I just to kind of make conversation here with myself, I guess, at the moment, because even though it says there's one person watching, I'm pretty sure that's me having it on my phone. I'll get you here soon. This will make conversation. Part of the reason I act so obsessed with Frogger, because it's not even really my favorite series of games. My favorite... Okay, I'm going to use the cheat code now. Alright. Just a moment. Okay, play... I think the PC version has an unlimited time thing, but the PlayStation version only has the unlimited lives. As soon as I can find it. Oh, here we go. Okay. There we go. So, and you can turn it off. So basically what you have to do is... Actually, I just now forgot this thing. But yeah, see? I'm good. I am good. But yeah. Maybe as soon as I... Possibly as soon as I get the gold frog, then I'll turn it off. I'll just have to pull it back up. Maybe I should screenshot that stuff. We're getting near 2 hours. Of course, I had that long paused moment. Had a slight interruption too, but at least you all got to see the opening and a little bit of the gameplay before I actually started. Oh! Yeah. That's another problem right there. Is where... Well, hey there, Sylvester. I need to remember to just you know... My cat's just like looking at my dog's bed. Sylvester, what is it? What? Yes, you will be crushed. It's an these are uncanny crushers. You get it? Now you don't die if you touch the what looks like the wooden parts, but you do die if you know, if you touch the you know. I guess on the PS1 version they didn't want to make it too easy, so they didn't have the infinite time thing, or at least not that anyone's found. I know there's some people that have had like, oh, well, yeah, you'll get occasional moments like that. There we go. Okay, I gotta time it just right, and I want to get that frog, but I gotta get the gold frog first. Woo! Ooh, Lord. Lord have mercy. Now let's deactivate the cheats. I should keep it up just in case. Okay, so the button combination is, if it'll let me, the button combination is, after you paused it, right, square, triangle, square, triangle, X. And that's how you can activate and deactivate the things. So, just so you know. But yeah, I only wanted to have it on for as long as I could get to the gold frog. Now I'm gonna go attempt to get the orange frog. If I die this time, I'm just gonna take other paths just so you can see what it's like. I have 3 more chances to show you what paths are like. Okay. Timing is everything. They just didn't time these as well. Okay. Whew. Okay. Now let's go and get the frogs over here. I'll get that's obviously going to be the easiest frog in the... Okay. You can do this. It's not always recommended, but you can do it here. Okay. First try there. Well, you know, first try in terms of this playthrough. That was interesting. You gotta watch out for these. And now to get the easiest frog in this level. I'll see if I can make it to the end of the level, like the end of the set of levels here. Boom, boom, barrels. Is that poop? I don't know. I don't know. This fecal matter probably somewhere through here. That's a lovely image, isn't it? Yeah, this is the harder, greener version of and darker version of the level that we were at earlier. The thing about these barrels is that those barrels are will fling you to the side more. So you gotta time it just right to where you land on these, depending on what it is. Ugh. Actually, I think I really want to do these. I really want to show you what that last level's like, so I think I'm just going to use the cheats here. I don't know why I'm not keeping it up here. Okay, so there we go. And just keep it right there. Now well, first I'm going to put in the cheat. Alright. Right, square, triangle, X. I'll turn it off whenever I get to the next level. Or if this just takes too long and I'm just like, just kill me now. But yeah, so I want to show you what the level is like whenever we get there. Burnt. Alright. Timing. Why does the universe hate me so? You know. I can't remember what type of people believe like the universe thing. I don't remember if it's like I know there's like certain religions out there that are like believe in the universe and all that stuff. Well, I mean, obviously the universe is real. What I'm saying is believe that the universe itself controls certain things. I don't remember what it is. I'm not going to try to get into some philosophical stuff here, but just I don't remember what religion it is that like, or what religions believe that like not in a god, but in a, you know, or if it's even a religion, I don't know. It could be a cult thing. I don't know. Anyway, for all I know of. This is probably the hardest part of this level is having to deal with this. If this ends up driving me insane, I'm just gonna turn off the cheat and then just, you know. Okay. So anyway, that Frogger game show. I still haven't really finished all the episodes of the first season, which at this point in time is the only season. I have no clue. I don't think it's been popular enough to get a second season, but we'll see what happens. Anything could happen. Anyway, so this is kind of the same thing as the previous level, so let's just kind of wait around for this slow newspaper right here. I think this is also where the purple... Sometimes I just forget. Sometimes I just don't even think about it. Again, I just run on autopilot through some of this game, and so whenever it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, yeah, I can do it, and then it's like I'm asked or actually start thinking about where something is, and I'm just like, wait a minute, I don't know. And I know I'm not the only one who has that problem sometimes. Alright, let's get some more frogs. Let's get some more froggos. That time, I don't care how cringy that sounds, I like frogs. And we have doggos, so I'm just saying froggos. Let's hurry it along, barrels. Oh boy. Yeah. Whew. I would ride that whole ride there, but like as I'm jumping down, I mean you can tell that's gonna be the best solution is to just keep jumping down early. Which I'm sure it's what they were intending for people to do anyway. Oh, whew, registered it just in time. I like how these newspapers or whatever, flyers, whatever, just have Frogger on them. Okay, so the orange frog is in a slightly different location here. And you gotta watch out for the slugs like I didn't do there. Oh, and I will be keeping the cheats on all the way through the desert levels. There's just... When you see the desert levels, you'll understand. If I can get there in time, you'll see what I mean by whenever I want to get through the desert levels. Oh. Oh. Yeah, sometimes it just feels like the registering of the camera got stuck there for a moment. Of like reactions to things in games, and it feels like they work against you sometimes. Well, in case you're wondering, yes, you can get these frogs in any order you choose to. There's only occasional moments where you have to get a certain frog before another frog, like in that leaf level. I didn't have to do it the way I did, but like when you get to a certain point, you can't really. I don't think you can get the green frog before you can get like the orange frog in that level. It's kind of weird. I don't know why I did that. That was clearly not ready for me to jump onto yet. I was a little off key there. And there we go. Burnt. Now where's that blue frog? Is it over here somewhere? Now I can't remember where the blue frog is. Unless it's in like the, yep, it's like the orange frog, and it's in a... I don't play this level as much. Well, yeah, I don't play this level as much because I usually just go for the gold frogs, but... you know what I said earlier, it's, you know... By the way, I'm actually kind of far away from the mic right now, in case you're wondering, so I don't know if I sound too low, too high, but I'm actually, I mean, I'm close enough to the mic, obviously. You can, I mean, I can understand what I'm saying through the phone, so when well, after the delay and stuff. Reservoir Frogs. Of course, as a kid, I didn't realize that was a reference to Reservoir Dogs. I think that was the name of the movie. But yeah, this one's actually pretty. It's hard, but it's pretty fun to get through. Like when you figure out what to do, it's pretty. It can be pretty fun. Although I'm about to die here, cause yep. I don't know. I was gonna use that bang barrel to get here, but whatever. Okay, bang barrel, come on now, come on. Well, come on. There's this video that me and my sister talk about. I wish I could show. I haven't shown her yet because I can't remember the name of it. This right here, this is so fun. It's automated, yes, but it's just so much fun. I'm just gonna go ahead and get that purple frog while I'm over here. It's just fun. It's just, that's all there is to it. No. And it seems like with modern Sonic games, most of the ones from 2010, it feels like they said, hey, let's say, it's almost like they played that moment. It was like, hey, let's make the entire game based around going this automated. There we go. I used to think sometimes that one can be pretty hard, but I guess I just timed it right there. And you get to ride. I don't know if those are supposed to be raccoons. They look like they are, but they almost look like they could be lemurs. I don't know. I could be wrong on all that. I shall get the red frog soon. Well, let me just go ahead and get that red frog out of the way, just so we'll be done after this. I don't want to play it anymore. I'm just kidding. Lord, I want to play more of it. I just kind of like doing all the things at once, all the moves and stuff at once. Yeah, come on, thank you, thank you. Let's go and get that out of the way. Come on, thank you. Oh boy. Now there's a little thing you can do here where you just kind of go off the thing and then... This is where the... Okay. There we go. Okay. Alright. So far so good. Okay. Keep going forward, keep going forward. Come on, Frogger. You gotta want it. You gotta want it. You gotta want it. Hey, thank you. Whew. Keeping the cheats on for now. Now we gotta get through hell. And then, you know, then we'll get the, then we'll eventually get to the... Well, part of the reason, okay, so like this level isn't too bad. I mean, it's hard. It's not too bad. One thing is that for some reason the rocks are still considered like landing there, even though they've exploded. Also, these buffalo should have been a little more detailed. They're a little freaky here. Oh well. I hardly ever go through this section, so I'm not used to seeing all that. I'll go ahead and rescue a little purple frog. I'll go through this way, because this has like a slower path. Well, a slower path in terms of like, you gotta wait on the bird to bring you to a certain frog. We gotta wait a little bit. Oh, wait, there's two, that's right. Don't they? So far, so good. Just don't want to jinx myself. Let's see, the second level is one of the worst levels in the game. The last desert level is the worst level in the game. Let's see. Oop. Watch out for these totally deadly lizards. Heck, I don't know. They could be deadly for... There's just not detail enough to say what kind of lizard they are, but they could be... They might... They're not meant to... Whatever. I can't speak today. They're probably meant to be like lizards that can be deadly, but then again... I guess anything can really kill a frog. Oh, it seems like frogs are almost like the punching bag of like when it comes to like showing animals and stuff on TV shows like cartoons and all that jazz. Like they're always the punching bag, it seems like, because this level is so bad, and it's not necessarily because it's as hard, it's just so agonizingly slow. And you have to get the pattern down just right. Because, like, if you don't get it down just right, you'll get killed by one of these bugs. I'm assuming they're supposed to be bugs. They got multiple legs like a bug would. Be right back, folks. I'll just be right here, though, so I don't have to mute it. Anyway. But yeah, this level's pretty bad. It's mostly because of the agonizingly slow thing. Ugh. And the hitboxes. Don't know what's gonna register as killing Frogger. Or what will be registered, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. It's bad. Well, come on. At least you get a little time fly there. And of course you can accidentally fall off the... I'm gonna go ahead and get this frog over here, since I would have to wait on the bird. Whew. Yeah, have I mentioned I don't like this level yet? Have I mentioned that yet? Yeah, I usually, as you can imagine, I usually try to save the red frogs for last. The red frog in this level for last. Because it's in the easiest place in the level. Register, Frogger. Register that I'm moving you. Your life is in my hands. That's a dangerous thing to I'm not the one that should do that, but no. That's a thing me and my friend started doing, was imitating the Joker. With the walking phoenix, whatever you said his name, Joker. Alright, that may have been the hardest frog in the game in the level to get there. Now the hardest frog in the game to get, I would say, is the harder version of this level, the last desert level, is when you're trying to get down to the alligators and you have to cross them before they sink. And that is an extremely difficult task. This is what I was talking about with like, you can't get the blue frog until you've gotten the green frog. This is one of the few exceptions where you have to get one frog before the other. But otherwise, you can get them in whatever order you choose. I mean, like, unless you can think of a way, unless you speedrunners out there think of a way to... Yeah. This is scary. Oh yeah, and don't hit the cacti. Don't hit the cacti because you will die. Alright. So that wasn't too bad. I feel like, though, I got whatever version of lucky would be. Just a moment, folks. Okay. Definitely gonna be having the high score here in like whenever I finish the thing. Now I would just quit after getting the gold frog and just move on there, but like the points wouldn't register, and as many points as I have now, I think I want to keep them at least to top the chart, top the leaderboards, the local leaderboards that are from the developers and not from different people online. That's cool. Close one. That was funny. Yeah. Hey, tumbleweeds. Excuse me. There we go. And now we get the purple frog, which is it's not exactly easy to get the purple frog, but it's the easiest in this level to get in comparison to the other frogs in this level. There we go. Now, yeah, crumbled point is is where the gold frog is. This is where the last gold frog is. So watch this take 1,000,000 years to complete. So this is where I'll be turning off the lives here soon, if I can even cross where the buffaloes are at. I don't even care if I unlock the final level or not. I'm not going to be playing it. Not going to be trying to play it. And there we go. Now to turn off the cheat code, that pause, right square, triangle, X. There we go. Alright, we're all good there. By the way, if you want to see what happens, that's why I don't walk into cacti. I want to try to get at least one frog here. At least. If I could save just one life, it'll have all been worth it. Baby frog. Watch the frog just die in front of his eyes. From that point on. There we go. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. But if you search this game on YouTube, you'll see other people playing it. It's just... It's just that, you don't really see, like, as many people talking about this as other, like, old games, old Konami games, you know. You know, this game's gonna be 30 this year. Not this year, what am I saying? It's gonna be 30 this decade, I meant to say. It's gonna be 30 in 2027. So that's really strange to think about. This level's pretty hard. I mean, let's be real here. Look how long it's taken me to get a frog. But just look up the final desert level on YouTube. You'll see why I decided not to go through with that one. Why I don't care as much to unlock that level, because, well, you know. Deep, deep. Deep, deep. Yeah. Bird. Okay, I think there's only one bird now. I think, unless it just... Yeah, there's only one bird this time. We'll see. We'll see if I make it through this or not. Wow. I barely cleared that water buffalo. I think... Pretty sure it's supposed to be water buffaloes. Yeah. But I like how... Well, alright, we're done with that set. Now on to the final level. Which isn't that hard, by the way. Okay. And... there I am. 421,520 points. I'm gonna save that. Just gonna go ahead and save that. Yes. Now then, yeah. See, yeah. The banana level, Tropical Trouble. Someone worked really hard with the drums in this level when they were making music for this level. So anyway, if it gets annoyingly hard, then I'll turn on the cheats. But this level isn't that bad when you know what to do. Plus, as you can tell by the huge block that came out, that this is the only level in this world. Why, yes, monkey. Get over here. Eh. I don't know why I did that. Oh, and when we were younger, my sister would say that these hippos sound constipated. They don't really. That's just something she just decided to say. Because we were so randoms back then. No, that wasn't a thing until like years later for us. Bite. Bite. Crocodile bite. Eh. Come here, you constipated hippo. I was thinking the same thing, monkey. Do you have... Yeah? Let's go ahead and get this here green frog. There we go. There is no, like, in-universe explanation as to why Frogger always has to start at the start. That's just video game being video game. And that's just how the original Frogger worked. There we are. Now I just gotta get the red frog. If I can make it there. Or whatever it's saying. You know, maybe I should just take an alternate path there, possibly. Wait. Don't dip down, don't dip down. Thank you. Maybe these can help me. Excuse me. And there we go. But what's this? What's going on here? Oh, no. And you notice something about the time there? Do you look, if you look closely? It is not moving. We're in the home stretch here. I don't want to die just yet. We're in the inter sports term here for ending the sport. Okay, I'm in the clear. Basically in the clear. Alright. Look at all these statues here. Wonder what those could mean. Well, let us see. Yep, those are all the gold frogs that I got in a little over 2 hours. And they're all hopping away. Oh gosh, my back. Almost done. Lily, I guess, and all the gold frogs. So that was Frogger. That was the yeah, that was the game. It's a pretty good game. I like it. Dave Bobby Dazzler Holloway. These are These are not common names I usually hear. Sometimes I hear Murphy. That's the last name I hear sometimes. But Barnabas? I don't hear that. I don't often hear that. Oswald I've heard before, not commonly. And here's where me and my siblings laughed because there's a guy named James Butt. B-U-T-T. That's funny. Also, do you notice the clips that are showing right now are some of them are probably from the beta version. Like, look at the frogs there. Alpha or beta version of the game. Which I thought that was pretty cool. It kind of confused me as a kid as to why these looked, you know, not right. But I thought that was pretty cool that, like, during the credits you actually see, like, you know, the unfinished version of the game. Not that this game felt completely finished, but, you know. But I thought that was pretty cool. Like, look at those versions of, like, the flies there, yeah. Yes. Well, folks, that was it. The only thing I didn't show was the multiplayer, but you can look that up, and maybe one day me and a friend will... Maybe one day me and a friend will play it. So, I think this game does have... It does have 4-player. Maybe. It just doesn't have, like... You just don't see it, because, like, right here you just see insert, like, another controller. But, I think, like, you have to have a multi-tap thing. Oh, well, of course, in the case of the PS3, you just have to set it up in the weird way they want you to set it up. But other than that, you know. But anyway, so that was Frogger. I finished it in one playthrough because I know the game pretty well, and only a little bit that I used cheats there. I was just trying to get to my goal more, just a little faster. So I'm sure you all don't have all day. But thank you for watching, folks. So thanks for watching the stream, those of you who did, and those of you who watch it afterwards. Until next time, I'll decide what to play next, or I'll see what I'll play next. I'm thinking next time, possibly, what I might do is, alright, whenever next month comes around, I'll have to see how long it'll take, but I might try to stream, Conquer Live and Reloaded next time. Because I want to do, like, the 1 year anniversary of whenever I started officially streaming last year. And the game I first played. That was in my official stream. That I would consider an official stream. The first game I played was Conker's Bad Fur Day. So I'm thinking maybe this time I can play Conquer Live and Reloaded for the next, thing. But until next time, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe to my YouTube if you want to see these videos go on there, or or follow me on here for whenever I actually do go live. And yeah, so once again, thanks for watching.